Man, it's a lot of stuff that Mace and Usher know that they ain't telling about Diddy. There's a lot of stuff that they know. Can you imagine, bruh? Can you really imagine?
What you mean by Usher though?
Usher used to stay with Diddy too.
And but do I regret it? For the fact that he wants to be called Cinco.
Right.
I know that he probably has some, something with it. But I'm like, hey, you know what though? Do what you want, man.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
According to a man, Usher, he's saying that Usher gave him herpes and wants Usher to turn over his medical records.
Underscore is Usher finally taking a stand for himself.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it was
Camp.
called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some.
We come from a very homosexual era of hip hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle. There were many situations, none of which to talk about, but there were many situations back in the day in my career, and it's all coming full circle now. So
artists, they're getting in the ass because that's their ritual, that's their rite of passage to get to the next level. They videotape it. Then when he in the meeting, they give him the contract. They play the video of him getting by like 3 niggas. Everybody in the music industry that you see that's successful is a homosexual.
Recently, several celebrities have recounted uncomfortable situations with rapper Sean Diddy Combs, including Chris Brown, Wendy Williams, Gene Deal, and especially Cassie, who took things a step further by filing a lawsuit against the mogul. But now, with Usher taking the lead and revealing how Diddy groomed him when he was young and naive, the world is paying attention.
13, what were you saying?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your
Jodeci,
parents were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige. They didn't know nothing about this.
Here's everything you need to know. Usher first attracted the attention of Sean Diddy Combs when he was just 14 years old, and the record producer immediately signed him to Bad Boy Entertainment.
Right here from day one, we used to wake up and, pause, but like just how, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flake.
Breathe it in. Yeah, they yours, and you go see this for you. This ain't for nobody else to see. You take your time, boy. I see you. Fly ass motherfucker going baby. You in the kitchen. Eating all my cereal.
From there, it was reported that Usher was guided into the world of fame and wealth by Combs, who took on the role of his mentor. Usher lived with him as part of Diddy's intense training and mentoring program.
I was having a good time, you know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like,
what
like
a
living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
Fast forward to today. Usher shared a more unglamorous side of his early career in a 2012 interview with Oprah Winfrey. He revealed that, as a youngster, Combs introduced him to drugs and wild parties.
Hard. There were a lot of things I seen and a lot of positions that I think I was put in where I had to make very, very tough decisions in my life about who I would be. I was 13 years old, and being 13, having that type of exposure, it was cool to go to Howard Homecoming with Puff. It was great to be able to go to Club USA or the Supper Club, you know, with Puffy in that time, or the Tunnel. But these are places that a 13-year-old probably should not be. You know, most kids will be excited about it. You know, most kids are trying to figure out, you know, how to be around hot girls, pretty girls. I'm around grown women, and I'm seeing them do things and have experiences that I'm not quite ready for. You know, and I think that he was just trying to show me the lifestyle. However, that's not what I was there for. I was there because I wanted a career, man. So we would fight, we would tussle. More than often, I think Puffy would say, man, you gotta chill. Like, you just a little bit too intense. You know, you gotta relax. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, like banging on this man as though, you know, I am the manager. I am the spokesperson for Usher. And I'm telling him, look, you're gonna put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there, you got Craig Mack in there. You're gonna make me a priority too. I'm not here to party with you. I don't wanna go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? I think as a kid, I realized, hey, look, that's not my ring. That's not my moment. That's not my bottle. That's not my drink. That's not my celebration. So I'm not here to celebrate. I wanted people to be excited about me the way that they were excited about him.
Usher admitted that he was under immense pressure to engage in activities for which he wasn't emotionally or psychologically prepared. He expressed regret over some of the decisions he made back then, explaining that he acted based on what he knew at the time. Recently, Reggie Wright Jr. has stepped forward to support Usher's claims.
I wanted my own success. I would stay at the studio. All of what I could absorb from being an artist, being around other performers like Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, Al B. Sure at the time, Missy Elliott, Timbaland, all of these people, I would just absorb every bit of what I could get my hands on. I was just pulling everything I possibly could. There was a lesson in all of it. There was something to pull from it all because I got a chance to see a glimpse of the lifestyle, a glimpse of the idea of what it was to be successful. And part of all of this is really, if you can see it, then you should believe.
Usher also criticized Combs for not being a good role model. In an effort to carve out his own identity and career on his own terms, Usher felt the need to distance himself from Combs and break free from what he saw as a form of control.
Telling y'all that I've been battling with this homosexuality way before all this came out. Y'all be, you know, you motherfuckers like always saying, and you too, John, Reggie be lying, Reggie making up. But if y'all go and listen to my videos before, y'all see I done spoke on all this bullshit before. Been telling y'all, Puffy Combs is a homosexual. Any man sitting paying a motherfucking meal to come and watch him have with his girl is a weirdo. Now I know y'all be like, well, you don't watch porn, you don't watch porn. No, number one, I don't pay a motherfucking man to come and watch me or let me watch them and a man. I mean, a girl. I ain't gonna pay no man to do that. And generally, if I'm watching porn, it's girl on girl. That's just my taste. But yeah, that's crazy. But I've been telling y'all that he's gay. But when you have to have these females around, you gotta hide that crazy fantasy. I got Gene done told y'all. They're going to buy plug. Females that play with dildos and plugs and all that, they want their own. They want that broken out brand new or new for you niggas that don't know. You go break out a that you've been having laying around the house or something like that. Bitches be like, get that shit away from me. You better break it out of some plastic. How I know? I used to date. Don't do that no more. I am a happily married man now. But that's how that is, y'all. That's how that goes. Puffy, weirdo. Telling y'all he's a weirdo. But now that it's out, everybody else can benefit from the stories. But Gene been telling y'all. That's one thing I give him credit for. He been telling y'all. He ain't been saying no words like I just harshly said it.
But why is Usher speaking out about these incidents now? Are his claims supported by any evidence? Absolutely. Recent actions by other rappers have added weight to Usher's revelations.
Because as a result of being around that man, Sean Puffy Combs. I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day. I got it from him. I mean, this is a dude who just never slept. He's probably the first one to get up and the last one to go to sleep. So at the age of 8, 9, I began to ask myself, like, what am I gonna do with my life? Who am I gonna be? Am I gonna be a teenager who sleeps on my mom's couch, looking for, a menial job that, will at least give me enough to just pay for gas to get there and from every day? Nah, I want to do something that I feel is going to take my mom out of here and hopefully put us in a better situation.
Mays also questioned Diddy's public image of black excellence in a lengthy Instagram post, calling on him to address the structural issues within the music business. Supporting both Mays and Usher, Justin Bieber also had a similar experience with Combs when he was just 15. Usher discovered Bieber on YouTube in 2009, and they became friends. Bieber recalls being invited to Combs parties and receiving expensive gifts like a Lamborghini. However, according to Bieber's mother, Patty Millett, Combs also tried to corrupt Bieber with alcohol and drugs. She claims that she was horrified by what she witnessed at one of Diddy's parties and felt the need to protect her son from Combs' negative influence.
That's really good. Let me take my shit off. Now, I can say this because it's not something I didn't say to him. Puff, how do I want to say this? Me and Puff was like, I felt like I did more than I got credit for, more than I got paid for.
You felt or did you do that? Because you said felt, like
okay,
feeling.
let's clear that up. Then.
You saying you feeling that?
No, we're gonna keep it with, because I'm trying to be nice. I never got paid what I was worth, and I never got the respect I was worth. So the disdain that I got for Puff is more like, you trying to keep me here. I'm not here. All my peers is up here. All my peers are bosses. When it's time, just like somebody raised somebody up, they did work with you, they go from your little man to maybe A&R to something else. He just kept trying to keep me right here, like he didn't want me to grow at anything. And to anybody.
Both Usher and Bieber have since moved past their connections with Combs and found great success in their careers. However, they've faced challenges like addiction, depression, and legal troubles, repercussions of their experiences with Diddy. Jaguar Wright has even suggested that Combs may have been involved in several deaths, particularly of young musicians who refused to engage in his antics behind closed doors.
Is that gonna bother you?
Yeah.
Especially if I'm producing the work. Yeah. Puff would go out and party, and I would be in the studio writing the records, and then I just come back and say, he'll say this is his part or that is his part. But I was the person there creating it all. Right. And then, from the lyrical standpoint, where somebody did a beat, and even More Money, More Problems, I came up with that. I came up with the beat too. And I said, Stevie, we need to do this beat and do it like this. So just imagine all of these moments that are taken from you, the records, the beats. You ain't getting the money, you ain't getting the publishing, you ain't getting the respect. And I don't think you're like that. So that became really frustrating for me because I'm looking.
You don't think you like that? What that mean?
I don't think you would like that.
Like,
for the motherfucker you like that.
Yeah,
what story is you listening to, nigga?
Man, I don't think you like that to be pulling what you pulling.
Yeah, you from the ghetto. You like?
Yeah, like you know what would come with doing that, but everybody is letting you get away with it. Everybody. So me quitting after one album, it didn't take long for me to figure it out. Like, I'm not gonna be here with this. I don't care who's here because you're not paying me and you're not respecting me.
Wright not only believes that Diddy was involved in multiple deaths, but also suggested there were serious issues in his relationship with Cassie, which led her to leave him. Wright pointed out that before their breakup, Cassie was reportedly receiving a $500,000 monthly salary from Diddy. According to Wright, for a young woman to receive that kind of money, something troubling must have been going on. Additionally, Liza Gardner, another alleged victim, filed a lawsuit just before the Adult Survivors Act expired.
It was a time where I was sipping lean, I was popping pills, I was doing Molly, you know, shrooms, everything. All these people around me just kind of hanging on, wanting stuff from me, knowing that like I was living this lifestyle that they also wanted to live, drinking, smoking. As humans, we go through so many ups and downs, so many good seasons, bad seasons.
Pop superstar Justin Bieber arrested at Miami Beach overnight.
Charged with DUI resisting. Gardner claims that in 1990 and 1991, she and a friend attended an MCA Records event where they met Combs and singer Aaron Hall. During an after-party, Gardner claims she was given more drinks and was forced into sexual acts with Combs. According to her, Combs also assaulted her friend, leaving Gardner shocked and traumatized.
A little upset about it, because Al B. Shore just came out of his coma. And I've been talking to Al and we've been texting back and forth, and I'm just glad that he's alive. Text.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. But when you think about Kim, I was thinking to myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, Usher, Heavy D, and Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. He's dead. Heavy D is dead.
Yeah.
Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost.
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was going to meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and you want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books.
That's all for this video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And for more updates, don't forget to hit the bell icon.